As per the Oxford Dictionary, an entrepreneur is a person who sets up a business or businesses taking on financial risks in the hope of profit. This simple definition is filled with countless complications no one can ever predict. But still, entrepreneurship is an aspirational tag everyone wants to be associated with. But not everyone succeeds in it. It requires a varied skill set, and again, it does not guarantee any success. Some experts say that an entrepreneur is born, not made, while other experts say that they can be made with the perfect ingredients. Both the arguments are so strong that neither can be completely confirmed. An entrepreneur can truly be defined only by the qualities he possesses. Some of these qualities are inborn, while some of them are acquired, but in both the cases, he can become an entrepreneur if he has or acquires some important qualities. Some of these significant qualities are as risk-taking ability is often misunderstood as jumping before they thinking. At least this is what a layman thinks about the concept of risk-taking. In fact, such a risk, if taken, can be harmful. Entrepreneurs are a different breed altogether. They are not risk-takers, but calculated risk-takers. There is an extremely important and simple difference between the calculated and non-calculated risk, the difference being the result output you can expect. The probability of success of calculated risks is far greater and rewarding than mere risks. You take prominent examples like Warren Buffett, Richard Branson, Bill Gates, Henry Ford, and even Elon Musk. They all are damn good risk-takers. But in hindsight, study the risks taken by these leaders. They have always been calculated risks. They studied, researched, and risked everything at the perfect time to succeed. They are where they are due to this strong ability. Risk-taking ability is basically dependent on two big subsets of fear, of failure, and knowledge. Both of these qualities are inversely proportional to each other. More knowledge the less is the fear of failure, and vice versa. So, you know now what eliminates the fear and boosts your risk-taking ability. As they rightly say, knowledge is power. Decision-making ability is an important aspect of every entrepreneur, and it is one's ability which is used daily and multiple times. It has to be carried out with the same focus and swiftness as the first decision you make on any particular day. But unlike many other abilities, this is an ability which deteriorates as you make multiple decisions. Focus should always accompany the decision-making, as it helps the decision-maker to concentrate on the matter at hand. There was an interesting study on decision-making, which goes as, the question raised in the study was, why do most of the leaders wear similar type of clothes to all occasions? For example, you always saw Apple co-founder Steve Jobs in a black round-neck t-shirt and blue jeans. Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg always wears a gray t-shirt. US President Barack Obama always wears gray or blue suits, and even the famous physicist Albert Einstein, who reportedly bought several versions of the same gray suit. The reason for this phenomenon is decision fatigue. It is proven that as the number of decisions you make increases, the quality of decisions decreases. This is because, after some time, the brain just stops to function productively. Albert Einstein had stated that he didn't want to waste brain power on choosing an outfit each morning. Decision-making is closely associated with the swiftness of the decision. Instead of wasting time on matters of less importance and making an important decision quickly will ultimately lead to wrong decision-making. The decision-making ability is closely associated with the risk-taking ability and even its subsets of fear and knowledge. But what differentiates the decision-making is the fact that it involves swiftness. The risk is something which you can minimize as the time goes by gaining more knowledge about the problem at hand. Here time is our friend, but this friend turns completely evil when it comes to decision-making. As time passes by, each second counts, and more the time lost, harder it is to decide, and ultimately there is nothing to decide about as you have already lost you a chance to succeed. Think of the auction market as an example, and you will understand the concept pretty easily and swiftly. Self-motivated and optimism. Considering the first two qualities, this is a seemingly simple quality, but very hard to incorporate in ourselves. These qualities are core within our hearts and habits that even though we try to be discreet, they just don't come out fluently. Every time you are faced with a situation, you need to remember to think as optimistic. Self-motivation and optimism are something which every entrepreneur needs in abundance, as he may not get these from his peers or even his supporters. Patience is often a misjudged aspect of an entrepreneur. Pat B.